oil prices rose on Wednesday as investors reacted to escalating geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and growing concerns over potential disruptions to global energy supplies. Brent crude futures climbed to 0.6% to around $92 per barrel, while U.S. West Texas intermediate crude gained the same to trade near $88.8 per barrel. The move higher came after fresh U.S. military strikes against Iran heightened fears of broader regional conflict, prompting leaders and traders to factor in higher geopolitical risks premium. I'm being joined by my colleague Yash Ahuja from the newsroom to take you through the live prices of Brent crude and WTI crude as well. Yash, over to you.
What we see on our screens right now is the current price of Brent last day financial, 85.41 US dollars per barrel. It has gone down by a stark 2.82%, minus 2.48 in past 5 days. If you take a look at the graph of the past 5 days, we know 8th June was the time when the war reignited between with Israel attacking Iran and US not putting any hands in it. So that is why the prices of Brent usually stayed below the 90-91 US dollar mark. Taking a look of moving forward, it reached at a peak of $88.79 per barrel. Today, on June 9, it reached 84.34 US dollars, and today it is currently trading at 85.41. If you take a look at a graph of the past month, 15th May was the date when the price reached $109.26 per barrel. It has come down by 18.80 in the past month. Taking a look at a 6-month map now, we remember that in the February-March period, the oil prices crossed $100 mark for the first time in 6 years. Then it also reached at a peak of 118, 120 US dollars per barrel during the April standoff. And here we are in June with Brent crude prices being a little, calming down a little and reaching at 85.41. Moving on to crude oil WTI futures, it is currently trading at 88.06. It is down by 15.16%. Taking a look at this detailed map, this as of 10th June in the morning, it opened at $89.79 per barrel. It reached at a high of $89.95 per barrel and a low of $89.62. It has been trading at a volume of some in the range of 1,000 to 600. If you take a look at a detailed assessment of what has happened in the past month and past week, for the past month it has come down by 7.73%. In the past 3 months it has raised by 7.24%. In the past 6 months, WTI crude especially has risen 51.01%. That is a really stark increase in price, and this is all due to the ongoing Iran-US standoff. Back to you.
All right, Yash, thank you for sharing all those details with us. Dr. Sharad Kohli, senior economist, joins us on the broadcast to share his perspectives on that front. Dr. Kohli, now that the ceasefire has been called off, how significantly has the crude oil prices spiked? What is essentially being said as far as the timeline for when supply fears might ease and prices might return back to normal? What is being said on that front, essentially?
Good morning, Sabri, to you and the viewers. Well, I think the prices at this point of time are hovering at about 92, 93. They had cooled down to below 90 yesterday, but then ever since the war reignited, I think the prices have again moved up, although they are significantly down from 100 plus that they were hovering when the kinetic war was happening and when Strait of Hormuz was closed. So probably alternate routes of supply have been evolved. There's a lot of oil being supplied by America, by Russia through other routes. So that has eased out the supply, which has probably led to a little bit of cooling down. But then the tensions and stress on the oil market are far from over. I feel unless the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, the oil prices are not going to come anywhere near the old levels. We should not forget they were about $65, $70 when the war started. So it has to come back to that level, which I don't see getting there anytime soon. Well, with the war having restarted, we need to see if this fresh aggression which has been witnessed between Iran and US last night or today morning, whether that aggression intensifies or it's just an aberration. I hope it is an aberration because President Trump personally doesn't want this war to go ahead too far. He's been urging Israel to not to retaliate. But because of Apache helicopter being brought down by Israel, I think US gave a reaction and bombarded some of the place in Iran. We need to wait and see. I think things are very volatile, very fragile as of now. The fear of inflation, the Sabri, around the world is looming large. All economies from America to Australia, from Europe to Africa, they are reeling under inflation. Even if they are not big oil importers, the prices of most of the inputs have gone up. And I think the common man on the street, I think, is the end sufferer. This has walked into our groceries and kitchens and so on and so forth, Asabri.